In this lesson, we'll be covering the second part of the control structure, and that is the loops. To start, we're going to cover the for loops. So I'll create a section for this. And the for loops is used to iterate over a sequence of number. Let's take a sequence of number as an example. We have x, and x is equal to 1 to 10. And if we print x, we have this. Well, now using the for loop, we can print individual elements of x and maybe add a special thing to it. To do that, we take the for keyword, and on pressing tab, you have this. This is a snippet from R, and it tells you that, okay, yes, you input the variable here, then you input the vector here. And the vector in this case is x, while the variable is just any alphabet that you use or any variable name that you come up with. Now represents individual elements in your vector. For example, I can say I, then I have x here, which is our vector. And what I stands for here is iterator, or whatever the variable here is the iterator. And what that does is it represents each element here. So on running through the sequence, will be equal to 1 at one point, to be equal to 2 at one point, 3 at one point. But it's better we see this. So for example, if we just decide to print I, we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down to 10. So that's one thing that loops does. For loops, it just allow you to carry out an operation on a sequence in an object. So for example, we can also do this. We have the for I x, then now we can include conditionals in this. That if I greater than 5, then it should be what? I times 2, then you have else I times 3. So once you do this, we have this like this. We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and we have 12 again. So it takes I, when I is 1, it multiplies by 3 to when it is 5. So 3 times 5 is 15. But once it's greater than 5, it multiplies by 2. That's why we have 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So this is what for loops does. Also, we can have a variable or a character object. For example, we can have fruits. And for this, we have fruits like orange, apple, mango, we have tangerine, and we have the kiwi. Now we can decide to print this or just print a special thing for each of them. And you can give some conditions for this. So you can say for I in fruit. As an example, then you say if I is equal to orange, then you set the instruction print paste 0. Yes, the I is my favorite fruit. I will chain in else also. Else. That means if I is not orange, print so paste. We have paste 0. Then you say that I is not my favorite fruit, but I do enjoy it. Like that. So once you run this, you have orange, which is what we selected. It's my favorite fruit. Then for the rest, you see that apple is not. Okay, I need to include a space here. So we have apple is not my favorite fruit, mango is not, kiwi, and the rest, like that. The first statement is very important in R, and once combined with if else, you have a very, very powerful tool with you. And that's all for now for the for loops. There's still more to this, but you have to encounter this when you work with particular data. In the next lesson, we are going to cover the while loop, which is a bit different from the for loop. See you.